What the fuck?
And welcome in to the Rob and Kale podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening as we roll along here, as we get through with the NCAA basketball tournament. Well, the crazy part of it anyway. Wrapping up tonight here on Sunday, we'll find out who's going to be in the Sweet 16. Gamecock fans are happy. They swept the Georgia Bulldogs in something. Maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about some people that Jackpot sent me something. We'll talk about that. But let's welcome in Jackpot from the upstate.
Got the folks over in the comment section who have microwave ovens with clocks on them that function. Let us know that you're 1 minute late getting started tonight. I mean, the world has stopped. So doing good. Feeling good and salty this evening and ready to go. Gamecocks did sweep the Georgia Bulldogs today in baseball, run the record to 20-1 on the season. Clemson today, not so much. They drop a 3-game set to the always tough at baseball Duke Blue Devils. And it's 2022, 23 has been quite not the norm, really. In athletics in the state of South Carolina. It seems like, I don't know how long it's been. It's been a long time since South Carolina swept an SEC series, especially one on the road. Today doing so at Foley Field down at in Athens, Georgia. Actually named after the hardcore legend himself, Mick Foley. One of the only good things about that shithole in the northeast corner of Georgia. But yeah, it seems like athletics in the state of South Carolina is kind of taking a turn this year. The Gamecocks football is kind of on the level up. Baseball looks like it's definitely on the level up. Your thoughts?
Realistically, Clemson's in rebuilding mode as far as baseball goes. New coach, didn't expect a whole lot from him this season. Football season was a fluke for the Gamecocks. You've never been worth a shit.
Bunch of young kids.
Hold on, sir.
That a lot,
You asked my opinion. Do you want my opinion, or you just want to give my opinion for me, and I can just sit here? Which one do you want to do?
Well, either one's fine, but
okay.
Right ahead.
Well, football's a fluke. It's just the way that it is. You've had what? A century of sucking asshole, and you'll continue to suck asshole.
A fluke would be, if it was a back and forth game where South Carolina's got, you guys just didn't play very well. Didn't coach very well, and it ended up biting you in the butt. It wasn't a fluke. I mean, you just lost.
It was a fluke. It was Haley's comment. It's pretty much what it was.
Oh, it's shit.
Anyway, we do have other things we're going to get into today, including I want to address the people who were bitching about the show starting a minute late. When you contribute to the program like Big Barney Ross does, or Peg and Megan does, or even Lisa over there being a patron of the show, then I'll start listening. But if you're just coming in just to bitch, I mean, you can have a cock-beat sandwich. That's how it works.
We got to get things right. The audio wasn't right.
We wanted to make sure it was good.
Audio. I mean, you don't want audio that's all jacked up, do you?
Yeah.
And there's nobody for Rob to bounce it off of before I log in. So,
yeah. All right.
One
anyway,
thing we may could do to remedy that is start getting on there 5 minutes earlier to clear things up before showtime. But hey, we didn't.
Look! Read the comment from this dickhead. Can you read that, sir? It says it's from the pesky pole. What does the pesky pole have to offer, sir?
Not much. Not much in that comment. That's kind of hurts my feelings a little bit.
You hurt Kale's feelings there, pesky Pole.
It kind of hurts my feelings a bit. That's okay. It's all right.
Pole, this show started on time back in the day. Actually, no, it didn't, fucko. We were late all the time with your silly ass. You should stop it. Anyway, we got to thank our sponsors, Callaway's Bar and Grill. They sponsor the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge. At one point today, Billy Muse was leading the damn thing. Jackpot's right there in the mix.
That's not surprising. It's not surprising at all. You just got to look at these teams, and I'm in fourth place currently. And the reason you're able to be lofty and fourth place is you just got to look at these teams, and you just kind of know they've already kind of shown you this year who they are, and that's just kind of the way you got to roll with it. So like I knew Alabama and Arkansas were going to go deep in this tournament because they've got grit. I mean they've got tenacity. They've got stick-to-itiveness, as evidenced by both of them had one possession win over the Gamecocks. And they were down in those games at some points by a lot. So I knew that they had what it took to go deep in the tournament. Simple as that.
Brock says if Comrade has a problem, he should just join the show again. Comrade doesn't want that smoke. I mean, come on. Comrade does not want that smoke. He does think he has it locked up.
Yeah, I wish he would. It's like when Ole came back to the Four Horsemen for a while.
Fanboy over here, who apparently thinks I'm his dad. His dad didn't hug him enough as a child. Rob has SEC bias. That's the guy made an account just to have my name in it. Do you need a hug, sir? Ask why I'm avoiding his comment.
Well,
because I don't like stupidity, sir. That's why.
I was what's the word? Why am I drawing a blank here with my vocabulary? I was very humbled when someone made a Jackpot's recliner account. You should be so lucky. I mean,
he just wanted a hug from you.
Come on there, Rob.
Comrade is doing very well on his bracket, and he wants to ask, what's it like losing to Duke in March? Okay, terrific. Anyway, Beth says from Facebook, no, the show ran late all the time when Comrade was on. Very good. Anyway, thanks to Callaway's for sponsoring the bracket challenge. We also have Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport, as he has fireside chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot, read away.
All right, let's a little BS spin here. Such big Gamecock, Clemson, the Clemson. Okay, it's just Clemson. It's not the Clemson, but the Clemson has 2 times more conference titles than the Gamecocks have bowl wins. Spencer Rattler should be sued by Krusty the Clown due to gimmick infringement. Sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport.
That was actually pretty good.
Very good stuff there. All right. Big Barney Ross with a super chat. He says Kentucky basketball is more disappointing than an unsalted pretzel. Yeah, if I have a pretzel, that bitch better have salt on it. You agree, Jackpot?
Yeah, I don't even know where I can't remember the last time I've seen an unsalted pretzel.
Yeah, it's one of those fucko stores.
Put any of them out, I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
I mean, we don't even care though.
Brock's a dickhead. Brock says, "How can the show run late when it's obvious that the hosts don't run? I don't have to run when your mom makes me breakfast. Stop it, Brock."
I ran 2 weekends ago. What you talking about?
Where'd you run to, Jackpot?
I ran a 40-yard dash, and I also ran an obstacle course on the beach.
Very good.
Yeah, I did.
That's good. I didn't do that.
I'll train for it next year, and I'm gonna win that bitch.
You should have won this year. I thought you just let Uncle Lou win, just to let Uncle Lou win.
Well, I tried, but I mean, I got never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
Lisa says, Elizabeth, her granddaughter, is having a shot of tequila in my honor in Mexico. Very good. Thank you, Elizabeth. We appreciate that. All right, Jackpot. No, I want to play this clip first. Let me play this clip. This is from. Can you set this up, Jackpot? Who this is? And
This gentleman right here is he's fairly new. I'm going to call him fairly new because he's only been around for say about a year or so. He's been making videos. He actually at one point in time back in the day, probably back in the 70s, I would assume, maybe the 80s, early 80s ish, was the team captain of the Tennessee Vols men's golf team. Has a YouTube channel, Sports Talk J. You'll know he's a big Tennessee Vol fan. We're going to watch the open of his video that he posted earlier this evening over on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to play the sound effect here. Just play his sound. Here you go.
All right, folks, looks like the national media is upset with the Vols again. Seems like every time we win a game or do something significant, they go all crazy.
Oh, there they go. There they go.
Just the way it is. They don't like the Vols too much. Let's take a little look-see at this. Yep, it appears that we have definitely upset the snowflakes in the national media, and they're trying to let us have it on social media.
Okay, I just want to interject something here. Okay, and no real shade towards this Sports Talk Jay. He does some pretty good work, and he's a pretty logical and level-headed guy. But I mean, he does come up with some boneheaded shit as well, which we all will from time to time because we're homers of our teams. But really, the national media is snowflakes because they don't like the Vols because they basically said the tough physical style that they played and they won the game against Duke with is probably not going to work down the stretch. Okay, so what? So they're snowflakes for saying that. But your fan base, you people were not snowflakes. When you got your ass kicked up around your shoulder blades the second to last week in November by the Gamecocks, when we're out throwing up excuses such as the Gamecock grounds crew poured sand on the field so that would slow us down. Our defensive coordinator got in a fight with our linebackers. Our defense got in a fight with Hendon Ho because he wanted to hold hands before the game and pray and sing Kumbaya. We threw the game on purpose so we wouldn't have to play an SEC championship game so we could get ready to play. Every excuse in the world. But you all were not snowflakes then when y'all were pissing and moaning. But the national media is snowflakes because they said your physical style is not going to cut it down the stretch. What just a nitty crying fan base. You want to know why they don't like the Vols too much? Well, it's that right there. It's right there. It's the fan base. They need to leave the crybaby routine up to Dabo Swinney because he does it better than anybody else. I mean, he really does. If you want to see crybaby routine, go back and YouTube some clips of Dabo Swinney from 2022, 21, 2020, 2015, and you'll see crybaby routine and what it's supposed to look like.
Or you can go back to Jackpot's videos before November 12th of last year and see where he almost had a child over the offensive coordinator at South Carolina. You can go and check those out. There's some definite crybaby moments there.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna deny that. And eventually, I got what I wanted. And he was
You were like my daughters. You cried and bitched and pissed and moaned, and then you got what you wanted. That's what happened.
Well, I mean, and it was weird the way that he didn't come back. I mean, I don't think he was ever officially let go. I mean, I think it's just his contract expired and it wasn't renewed. Is that just really generally the way that you figured out that worked?
No, I mean, I think that he just decided his contract. Well, yeah, that's probably right. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he wasn't ever officially let go. Speaking of contracts, did you see where Ray Tanner was given a 2-year extension
Yeah.
This week.
You know why? It's interesting. They announced that at, I think it was 2:00 on Friday, which means that everybody's getting ready for the weekend. You know, all that in the mix. It's not like, it's almost like they made the announcement to make the announcement, but it was like they weren't really proud of it. Does that make sense, Jackpot?
Yeah, it's like they did it right before it was time to close up shop for the weekend so they could run out the
Right.
door and slam it behind them.
Mm-hmm.
To the sound of
Yeah.
phones ringing
And
on
then-
the desk, maybe.
Then Monday, when someone's like, holy shit, they signed Ray Tanner to another 2-year deal. What the fuck? And then they can be like, well, we addressed this on Friday. Sorry. And they can just move on. So there's that.
Well, that's all gonna, it's all going to, it all depends on how Shane Beamer ends up panning out, sir. If Shane Beamer pans out well, people they're gonna kind of forgive Will Muschamp. They're gonna forgive the Will Muschamp ordeal, I think. So.
Oh, they're never going to forgive Muschamp. They may forgive him for the Muschamp.
I'm not going to forgive him, the person. I'll forgive Ray Tanner for hiring the dumb fuck. What I meant by that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Big Barney Ross says, use the ice trays to piss in, not the sink. That's a throwback comment there, Jack.
The ice trays.
He says, piss in the ice trays, not the sink.
The hell are we talking about?
Let's see here. There was another comment up here. Who was it? Devin Hayes says, someone is mad that Tennessee won. No one on this show gives a fuck about Tennessee basketball. No one gives a fuck, dude. Stop
I don't
thinking
care
you're
about
more
that.
important than you are. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, it's just the asinine reaction afterwards. This Miami coach and Jim Boeheim could be twin brothers.
I think Larinaga looks like he needs to eat a sandwich, though.
Yeah, he kind of. I mean, he kind of favors a slightly heavier Bill Snyder.
Very good, sir. Devin Hayes says, "Oh, come on, Rob, you hate Tennessee. I don't give a shit. You're not relevant to me, sir. You're not. I like to goof on Tennessee, but you're not relevant. Stop thinking you're relevant enough for me to give a shit. Come on, man. No one cares." Mr. Boogie
Roll
says, who
Tide
likes
said
Tennessee?
Ice trades are so 1990s, more like 1970s.
Yeah. Do you still have ice trays, Jackpot, at your house?
No.
Okay.
We didn't have them in the 1990s at home. Did we have them? Well, I was at my house. I was at home, like my mom's house, in the early 1990s, and we had ice trays there. And then when I moved out in my own apartment, then I had ice. Yeah, so I had ice trays in the 1990s. I didn't get a refrigerator that made ice, I don't guess, until I got married the first time.
Roll Tide said we did in the late 90s, but we were poor. The wife bought us an ice machine. So we have an ice machine that makes ice for us on the counter over there.
You had an ice machine at your house?
We have an ice machine at my house.
Like the one like you'd find in the church fellowship hall that had the big bottom thing where you lift up the door?
No, it's not like a huge one. It makes like the Sonic ice cubes. That's what it makes. Like
we used to have one of those big ice machines like I was talking about that had the door at the bottom. I mean, the thing was probably about 4 or 5 feet wide. In the produce back room there at Winn-Dixie when I was coming up, and we had a big old tub on wheels that you'd roll it back there. You had a big old white plastic shovel that would shovel ice out of it. You fill it up, you had to take it out to the produce rack, take the shovel in there, throw it in the rack, and cover that with ice, and then that's what you set your leaf lettuces in. Not your iceberg lettuce in the plastic packaging, but your green leaf, your red leaf, your Boston, your escarole, your endive. Went down there, sewing on your green onions, your broccoli and stuff, and it was in a bed of ice. Now, that was back in the day. And then they, eventually got away from that stuff because it was just really labor intensive. And you had to have like 8-10 people working in produce when you didn't need all that.
Mr. Boogie says, funny how this chat used to be filled with Voltards, now nowhere to be found. Well, listenership, I mean, let's be honest, drops a little bit when football season's not here. But
yeah,
Jackpot, I want to make an announcement on the show tonight. I determined.
You're pregnant?
No, not pregnant. Jesus.
I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant with a baby elephant. Trump's already here. You want to see it?
No, I've decided that once football season starts, in addition to the fine programming we have on the channel, I'm going to do a late night show, probably 30 minutes each night on Monday, Thursday, and Friday, probably. It's going to be just 30 minutes of just late night football talk. And it's going to be, I'm going to call it the late dish or something. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do, but I'm serious. I'm going to do that just during football season to satisfy the itch of being behind the microphone a little bit. We'll do that during football season. So stick around for that. It's in the baking stages right now, but it's not going to interfere with a lot of the other YouTubers that I know a lot of folks follow. It's just going to be, it's not going to be a long drawn out show either, between 20 to 30 minutes a show. And it's just going to be just on the college football end of it. So it's going to be pretty cool. So that's coming down the pipe there, Jackpot. Yep. All right. Jackpot's watching, I guess, Miami beat the shit out of somebody, right?
They're not beating the shit out of Indiana. They're beating them by 5 points currently. But, yeah. Who is this guy that's coaching Indiana? I've seen him before somewhere.
I don't know who the Indiana coach is.
Big black guy with a goatee, bald. I don't know.
Yeah. Was it Mike? Oh, God. Now, who's Indiana's coach? B Bean says, are you going to give us the link for the new show? No, it'll be a show like this. It's just, it'll be during football season, and it's going to be at night. That's it.
His name is Mike Woodson. Okay.
Mike Woodson. Thank you, Jordan. Big Barney Ross says, call that show 30 minutes or less. Very good, sir. I might do that. We'll see.
Why don't you call it Evening Quickie?
The Evening Quickie. That might work. That's funny. We might do that. All right, Jackpot.
Dwayne Wicker says, didn't he coach Missouri once? No.
I don't know. I thought he coached it.
He's thinking of Kim Anderson, or what was that other ball's name?
Quanzo. I don't know.
Quanzo
Martin
got let go.
Quanzo Martin. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, Jackpot. Was there any shockers in the tournament that you were looking at and you're like, man, how'd this happen?
I mean, I guess obviously Purdue going down was nuts. Who was the other?
Arizona. Arizona fucked my bracket up to the end of time.
Yeah, so. I was. That too, and kind of disappointed in Mizzou for losing to Princeton. But I mean, hey, they went out in a blaze of glory. So I'm wearing their hat tonight in honor of that. Kind of disappointing there. A
Baylor
15 seed too, but I mean, do you really know how good Princeton is? I mean, you really don't. I mean, they're seeded 15th, but I mean, they could be as good as a 7 or 8 seed, really. Or they could be shitty as they don't need to be in the tournament. You just don't know.
Fairleigh Dickinson right now is leading over Florida Atlantic. It's like what's the score on that game? 42-39. They're a 16th seed. They played in the opening round. They won their game over whoever the fuck it was they beat. I can't remember.
Purdue.
No, but didn't they play as part of the first 4, Jackpot? I don't remember. I could be wrong.
No.
I
don't think so.
I'm gonna look that up. But anyway, they handled Purdue, and they're advancing. And currently, they lead by a point. I'm not saying they're going to win, but people had them as a 15-point dog against Florida Atlantic tonight. That's a lot of points, Jackpot.
That's a lot of points,
right?
I mean,
Yeah, they did play in the first four, Jackpot. They beat Texas Southern by 23
okay.
on Wednesday. Then on Friday, beat the number 1 seed Purdue, and now they're trying to win over Florida Atlantic as they lead in the second half here as a 15-point dog. Man,
So if they make it to the Final Four, they will have played one more game than everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah.
No 16 seed has ever made it to the second round, right? I mean, I know we've only had one other.
But what one's made it to the second round? That was UMBC, Maryland, Baltimore County. They made it to the second round. I don't think any teams made it past that, though.
No, they haven't.
So, yeah. But that was shocking. Papa B says, why do they keep showing the Fairleigh Dickinson head coach over and over again? I don't know.
You notice he's dressed like the players?
I'm not watching the game. What? Really?
He's got on the same, like the warm-up attire that the players on the bench are wearing, like the all black thing with he's pulled up all the way to his neck. I don't know. He kind of looks like an Ewok to me.
There's a glowing endorsement. You're an Ewok.
It looks stuffier than Buzz Peterson get up to me.
So I did watch some of the Kentucky game today against Kansas State. And growing up, Jackpot, I learned that, basketball is big about shooting and passing and rebounding. Kentucky had the best rebounder in the tournament. Oscar, I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to try to do it. Couple of things on this. How the hell is Kentucky losing when they've got the best big man on the block, in my opinion? And how did they lose to South Carolina? What a shit show.
How did they lose to Georgia? I mean,
yeah. How'd they lose to Georgia? I mean, real talk. That's crazy, right?
Well, I mean, I think they got a lot of blah, 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 a lot of talent on the team. Probably got a bunch of individuals on that team.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's probably their issue most years. Got a lot of talent, but they got a lot of individuals that don't play as a cohesive unit. And
right.
So like I told you, John Calipari, I don't think he is not about program development. He's not about any of that. And I don't think he's about winning championships either. I think he's about seeing how many people he can put in the NBA, and that's it.
I think that I'm in the camp of he thinks he could just roll out a squad of all-stars and it's going to be an all-star game, and teams that can get together, they end up having being able to do the thing there. So we got to get the phone lines going, Jackpot. I forgot to do that.
Florida phone lines are coach. He kind of reminds me of he kind of looks like Billy Napier a little bit.
Maybe.
Old Sunbelt Billy.
Old Sunbelt Billy. All right. And of course, Jackpot, we can take calls 803-470-2905. Let me see if I can get the number rolling here on the bottom of the screen. There we go. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. It's the number to dial if you want to join the program this evening. And sure enough, there's the phone. Let's go out to the phones, Jackpot. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Hey, let me just first off say, just text them guy, and let me just set aside all the trash. Excuse me. Set aside all the trash talk and say, why are our brackets complete shit this year? Can you answer that question for me?
I mean, the educated answer is that there's a lot of parity, and you can't. It's kind of hard to say, hey, this team is so much better than everybody else. You got a 16 seed that's in the hunt to go to the Sweet 16 right now. So maybe that's, and you can also look at it like this too. You've got a lot of the players that would be in college. a lot of them are going to the G League or going overseas. So you don't have the absolute best players heading into college basketball right now. So maybe a lot of that talent is just not there anymore. And it's kind of leveled the playing field a little bit. Maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, because I don't know what you're using for your bracket, like to make your bracket.
Mhm.
But I only made one this year, and it's complete shit. I kid you not right now. And if you're using ESPN, I got like 320 points. So yeah, this bracket can suck my dick.
Okay. Is that you just wanted to call up and say your bracket can blow? You got it. All right. Cool.
What would you do if the bracket
I
took you
think
up on
I
that?
think
Would be
everyone's bracket
interesting.
can blow it. So Harley Dickinson, if y'all fans listen to this, suck my dick. And yeah. By the way, Jackpot, suck my dick too. Fuck you.
Goodbye, caller.
What did he say?
He said he said that Fairleigh Dickinson can and then you could also do the same thing. And fuck you. That's pretty much what he said.
Okay, well, I mean, it's not surprising that he ran away as soon as
Yeah.
he dropped that one. So wouldn't sit here and let me verbally eviscerate him.
I was just like, all right, poor guy. That may be him
He's a
calling
tool
back.
bag. Just needs some entertainment in his life.
All right, no, well, it's him calling back. I think nope, maybe. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
What's up, fellas? This is a very sad Baylor man here, but I'm just wanting to prove to everybody that I'm not one of those people who hides after an embarrassing loss. That I will eat my crow live in front of the comment section, and yeah, it sucks to be a Bear.
Wait, are you going to
sometimes,
tell
but
everyone that
stick 'em anyway.
that the Creighton people dump sawdust on the floor, and nobody on your starting five could get along, say prayers together, and sing Kumbaya before the game, and that's why you lost? Nobody on your starting five could get along, say prayers together, and sing Kumbaya before the game, and that's why you lost.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, caller. Did you hear what Jackpot said? I'm sorry.
I actually did not.
Oh, okay.
God
well,
dang, we need to get it together.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but Jackpot basically said that he was talking about, are you going to complain about the, I don't know, being sawdust being thrown on the floor, etc., or are you just going to take your medicine either way?
I mean, I'll just take my medicine, I guess.
Okay.
Just back to the drawing board, just suffer through baseball season because Baylor sucks.
Baylor does suck. Yep. All right, man.
I mean, heck, we get outscored by Duke of all teams in a 3-game set, 52-7, and that's not a joke.
Yeah. Well, Jackpot, you don't have those problems, do you? Your baseball team's solid.
They appear to be solid. They got outscored by Duke in a what?
It was.
Anyhow.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it boiled down to. It was pretty crummy. Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
All right, caller, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Of course.
All right, there you go. Have a good night.
Is there?
All right.
D. Wayne says he heard that South Carolina's women's attendance averaged over 13,000 fans and would have been top 15 in men's attendance. Yeah, that's a fact. The LSU game, those tickets were going for $400.
All right, I think I figured out the phones there. Here we go. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
What the fudge?
Right.
I can't hear him.
Okay. Right. All right. Well, that's a good point there. He said that they were arguing with Ashley Judd and everything else today, Jackpot, but I don't think that was Kentucky's biggest problem. They just don't seem to have it anymore. And I don't get it. I really don't. Jackpot.
I don't know. I mean, I can't even hear them. I don't know what the hell is going on here. This is
I
freaking mad.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know what the deal is, but we shall see here. Anyway, getting back to the tournament as we roll along here, the Lady Gamecocks, they took care of business today, Jackpot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you have another team that's a favorite now in Jackpot, or are you just happy with your bracket?
Nah, I think Alabama's still going to win it all.
Yeah.
They're going to win it.
You think Alabama's still going to win it all? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I've got it. That's who I've got picked. So I'm thinking they're going to get it.
They look strong. They looked strong the other night with last night they looked really good against Maryland. Maryland's a big team, and they did the job against Maryland. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jackpot, is there anything else you want to go over? The baseball series, that was some interesting stuff there. What'd you think of the baseball team this weekend?
The South Carolina team. Well, I mean, I didn't get a chance to really watch much of it. I was out of town, but a sweep, nice. I mean, it's like I said, it's been a while since South Carolina has swept a team on the road in SEC play. So, and Georgia was a decent team. They had a winning record, formidable opponent. So, today, they really pounded them. So, I think they've got 58 home runs on the year. That's what I was looking at over there in the stats. That's pretty strong through 1 month, through like a month of baseball.
Yeah, pretty strong. They're looking really good. So
that's the Monty Lee effect. I mean,
Monty's thing. Is that what you think? Just all Monty.
So. It's no coincidence. It's kind of circumstantial, but
yeah. All right, Jackpot. Well, I don't know if we have anything else to go over this evening, man. We'll keep following our brackets, and we'll see how things go from there, man. Unless you've got something else you want to get into this evening.
No, I really don't. I'm gonna cut it short and hit the hay. Get ready for the work week. Get grinding. Go back to the grind. That's what we do. Right.
Yeah, that's what we do. All right, Jackpot. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys later on.